Okay, panning 60 frames per second. We're in f4.5. Stabilization off. We're just panning here. 20mm lens. And I'm on my wireless Sony Bluetooth TX-RX Bluetooth adapter transmitter. Okay, this is still 1080 60 frames. Standard stabilization on. This is the next level. And what it does when I go into higher stabilization, it crops in on the sensor a little bit, but you don't lose really any quality. But this is on the 20mm G lens 1.8 stabilization on. Also just testing if a lot of this wind background noise gets blocked out. Okay, let's go to active stabilization. Okay, this is active stabilization on. We're just panning from left to right. Crop in a little bit more. And we're just still 1080 60 frames. Checking the wind, checking sound quality, and kind of see what kind of feedback we get here. Also still, okay, this is dynamic stabilization on 1080 60 frames, ISO 100, panning from left to right on the 20mm G lens 1.8. Holding the camera with two hands. Looking for audio peaking. Looking for shaky video. Panning back to the left now. Alright. Okay, this is aperture priority. 800 ISO, which I'm going to have to turn down a little bit here. But the histogram shows that I'm within range and not overpowering one side or the other. It looks alright. And what I am doing also is, sorry about that, I'm listening to my audio right through the headphones. And what I'm doing is I have the transmitter, the Bluetooth connected. We're trying to see what kind of audio we get back here. And from what I can tell, it still sounds alright. But as long as I don't get too close, I keep it maybe like a foot away, 2 feet away, it might be alright. But yeah, testing the audio on this here. And then we do have our ND filter on also too. Okay, let's go for a walk, test the stabilization, go from there. So I do have subject recognition on right now, so it might start tracking people's faces. It might start to track them and lock onto them, which it's probably doing right now. But I don't want the camera to focus on an individual. I want it to just get this whole scenery. Yeah, just walking around holding the camera. From what I can tell, it looks pretty good. Okay, we're gonna get some stills right now. We're gonna just take some beach shots, wide open, and then we'll pay attention to our histogram. So we try to get the best image quality out of this camera. A lot of people say you can't take great photographs with this camera, but with any camera, it just matters what kind of glass you have on, really, and get as much out of the scene as possible as you can. But let's take some pictures here. Well, that's weird. Look at that. Somebody left their jewelry on the beach right here. Look at that. They don't even have to go metal detecting and found jewelry. I'm always on the lookout for jewelry. I don't know why. I always find it on the ground. Feels kind of heavy. It's a nice earring. So hopefully we'll find the other one. Well, most of the time you only just find one earring. Oh god, don't even have to even go detecting, man. Picking up jewelry like that. Let's see if I can bump my... Kind of the lighting's kind of crappy right here, but yeah, look at that. Check it out. Yeah, so this is active stabilization on. Dynamic will put us in a little bit of a tighter crop. So that's dynamic stabilization, 20 millimeter. We go to active stabilization. And this is arm's length right here. And what I'm doing is I'm recording right now, and I'm just monitoring the audio just to kind of see what type of distance you have to have your mic. If it's too close, you're just going to be overpowering the mic. You might get too much wind. But this is arm's length right now. I do have a ND filter on, so hopefully it is picking up good audio. I don't know. But if we have the mic too close, you have to about 2 feet away. 2 feet away. But if I have it in my pocket, right about here, my shirt, it doesn't pick up as much background noise. But yeah, we're on our way. We're gonna go walk and get pancakes right now. Go get exercise. I got my Fuji X-T1 with me right now, and people are just kind of looking at me like, what the hell is this guy doing, man? Just walking around with the camera, and it's all right. I really don't care. I'm creating content, and if they want to get in the shot, they can. A lot of people like to just kind of photobomb you or video bomb you and get in the shot and go from there. But this is arm's length with active stabilization on. Could just put the tripod mount on, but got to kind of see how it feels just holding this camera, because it is pretty light. Really I haven't experienced any overheating at all, and yeah, just a nice background shot of the day today. All right, well, let's keep moving along. Eventually we'll go get there. Eventually we'll get our pancakes in. All right. We'll catch you soon. Okay, this is picture profile 1 on with dynamic stabilization, holding 2 hands, walking as slow as I can, and just having a little morning exercise walk. The way I look at it is, if you're gonna go on a walk and doing the exercise, why not document it, and kind of learn how audio sounds, quality sounds, pay attention to your lighting, pay attention to your histogram, try to get the most out of your camera as you can, and go from there. Okay, this is center fix focus. I'm still prioritizing on my face. We're in ISO 400. And let's see what happens if I open up my aperture a little bit. It's kind of hard to see on the screen because it is bright outside. That's what makes it good with the stop indications. Okay, so we're at 2.8. 2.8. My histogram is not blown out. ISO 400 and picture profile 1. Arm's length. I have it on my camera strap and just going out walking. Center fix focus. Just testing out active stabilization. I could go one more, but we're going to leave it in active right now and kind of see what it focuses on, what it prioritizes on. It's focusing on the center. So, for example, if I go out here, it should lock on quick autofocus there. Other than that, yeah, I got a little way to walk. Better quit talking and start walking. We got pancakes to go pick up right now. And this is continuous autofocus. Let's see if it picks up these people here. But it should just stay focused on the center. Yeah, we're still at 60 frames. But for walking, kind of talking, I don't think you need 60 frames. I think 30 frames is just perfect to kind of slow everything down a little bit. All right, well, let's cross the street here. See if we get hit by a car. And the histogram shows we're a little bit, we're favoring one side more than the other. Only because that sun's coming directly in. So you'd have to lower your ISO a little bit. Some of the picture profiles do allow, what I've noticed, allow a little bit more light in. So it's kind of already baked into your image, almost like a LUT, almost. But if I record in a Sony flat, they call it log, then you can just do your own color grading. But I really don't want to do too much color grading. That's really not much fun at all. I'd rather try to just see what picture profile comes out of the camera and make those changes here and there. Whether it be sharpness, clarity. I mean, the list goes on. There's a lot of different changes you can make. So now look, because I'm locked in the 400 ISO, my histogram is changing. But when I get out there and let more light in, yeah, it's gonna show. It's gonna show it's favoring one side. But yeah, other than that, here we go. Center priority. Center autofocus. So if I just go ahead and pan real slow, should be getting all that real nice, real clear. But if I go wide, and then you have zone also, you can go into a zone focus. There's a lot you can do with these Sony cameras. For video, they're awesome. Okay, so this is a zone focus, and everything that I keep in the zone that I've selected, it will automatically prioritize and focus on that area. So if I want to keep everything to the left and focus, I can. But other than that, I got some nice music playing too in the morning. But hopefully it's nice and stable. I'm just testing all the audio and seeing how it sounds. Let's run across the street real quick and see how it is. Alright, well, let's move on. Let's keep going. Okay. So I think I made a video here with Farmers Market, and I haven't posted it yet. I have it somewhere on this SD card. This is what it looks like during the day. And kind of looks, this is what it looks like when it's early in the morning. And only thing I can tell you is if you are monitoring your own audio, you gotta, honestly, if you are walking around and you're by yourself, the way I am, taking video and photo shots, stills, video, pictures, all that stuff, you gotta kind of remember like your surroundings too, because right now I feel like, okay, yeah, we're in our own zone, just kind of videotaping, video recording, checking out specs, and number one, you have to remember to be careful too. So that's the biggest part of this. Otherwise, all the fun comes out of it. But yeah, let's take some video of these flowers here. Get some pictures. So should be prioritizing everything that's locked into this box right here. So see how it focused there, and then you can make your transition speed a little bit faster. But I'm not a professional. This is just for fun. I'm a hobbyist, really. So when you hear these guys talking about cameras and how they don't work, you go online and watch all the camera reviews, and a lot of these guys, they take a lot of the fun out of these cameras. Okay. So back on 60 frames. 60 frames per second, 1080. 1080 is easy to record in. 1080 on this looks beautiful. When I get like a V90 card, I'll be able to get some higher quality video, more like 4K and stuff. But right now it's all 1080. And this is still Active stabilization still enabled. If I go standard, it's just gonna open this up a little wider. And so it's trying to prioritize right now on human subjects. Because I have that selected in my camera. If I take it off, the camera won't try and track and follow and keep them in frame and focus. So that's something you might want to have a button programmed on or off if you're in a heavy crowd. Right now, I'm just walking around, walking all the way to get my pancakes. I kind of took the long way around because I get more exercise and in. So I know I'm burning calories right now because my breathing has got a little bit heavier. And actually I'm kind of curious how it's going to sound on this video. Yeah, other than that, just go this way here. And we're off to the road to get our pancakes pretty soon. And actually, this is kind of a cool shot right here. That would be a cool picture. Let's get a picture of this real quick. Okay, so now we're not monitoring our audio. We're not recording wirelessly. So I don't really have, all I have is my just mic on my the cover on my mic, which will take out some kind of audio. But right now it's supposed to be prioritizing the audio to the front. But I did notice on this camera when I would flip it, the audio would sound louder away from me. But right now it's actually supposed to be loud. It's supposed to be consistent and constantly keeping that audio prioritized to the front now because my face is on the front. But I noticed in my last video, the audio was a little bit lighter, softer from the front. And so that we'll have to play around. I have to make a quick button for that, a fast button to where I can lock it in from the audio to the front. But right now, there's some pancake house right here. That's where we're trying to get to, and just gonna have to make a run for it, really, without dropping any camera gear. Let's see, can we do it? I don't know. This is PCH, so kind of a unwise move on my part. That'd be pretty funny if I recorded dropping the camera, huh? And it gets ran over. I think we can go now. Let's see. Yeah. Good to go. Yeah. I think we made it. That's active stabilization on. Yeah, here we go. Pancake house. And I'm gonna go check it out, see how it is. Just be me by myself, really. Okay, so here's the audio just right out of camera. I do have an ND filter on. ISO is 100. Right now we're in shutter priority. So I'm watching. What it's going to do is it's going to start changing. It's going to bounce around from bright to dark because I am in shutter priority at a low ISO. So in order for the camera to keep that ISO low, it's got to constantly change that shutter. So right now it's going from 5.6 in the dark, and then when we get a little bit brighter out, it starts to go to about f8. So f8 to close the shutter down, and then when we go into these shadow, darker areas, the shutter is going to open up wider. Only because I'm shooting in a shutter priority. So right now we're at f11. It's keep me at f11 because I'm at that ISO 100. And then also higher shutter speed is going to close your optics also down, kind of wind them down a little bit. I mean, it's not super technical spec, but it makes sense to me. And then also the audio should be prioritized from the front. So let's see how it sounds.